You never hear the approach. Zero warning, no growl, and definitely no second chances. Just one silent exhale. And the wilderness makes its choice between survival and total erasure. Out here, a tiger doesn't chase the chaos. It manufactures absolute silence. Every footfall is measured, every muscle wound tight like a steel spring. What you are witnessing isn't luck or mindless brutality. It is precision honed by necessity. One slip-up, one split second of lost focus, and a peaceful scene disintegrates into a nightmare. Veiled by the elephant grass, the striped phantom sinks lower inch by agonizing inch. Unblinking eyes. A slowing heart rate. Just yards away, the target moves without a care, wallowing in the dust, swatting away, flies blissfully ignorant that the Grim Reaper is already closing the gap. This is nature's most volatile instant, when one creature feels secure while another knows the clock has already run out. Then the break. In a burst of violence shorter than a heartbeat, the tiger catapults forward. The earth seems to evaporate from under its paws. Talons latch on. Dead weight slams home. There is no drawn-out battle, no Hollywood escape. One surgical bite concludes the event with horrifying efficiency. The forest goes quiet again, as if the violence never occurred. This is the source of the fear. Not the noise, but the fact that it remains a ghost until the precise second of victory. And we are just getting started. Coming up, you will witness how patience transforms into a lethal tool, how brute strength pairs with intellect, and how life in the bush is determined in heartbeats, not minutes. Every showdown gets grittier. Every error gets more expensive. If you want to grasp why the tiger reigns supreme at the apex of the food chain, don't go anywhere. Keep your eyes peeled. Because out here, looking away for a nanosecond can cost you everything. The jungle holds its breath, sensing the presence of the striped king, a phantom moving through the tall grass without snapping a single twig. If this intro got your pulse pounding, hit that like button to support raw wildlife storytelling. Make sure to subscribe right now so you don't miss the intensity ahead, because the hunts only get more perilous from this point on. In the dense jungle, velocity alone won't cut it. Strength without timing is just wasted energy. The tiger grasps this concept better than any predator walking the earth. Long before the first strike is thrown, the outcome is already sealed not by violence but by extreme patience. Buried deep in the thicket, a solitary tiger locks onto a shifting herd. They are jittery, constantly shuffling, bumping flanks, watching for threats from all angles. To charge in blind would be a death sentence. Instead, the big cat melts into the terrain, utilizing shadow's broken ground and the wind's direction to scrub its existence from the map. Every yard gained is a victory. Every standstill is calculated. Minutes feel like lifetimes. Then one strays. Not far, just far enough. That single lapse seals its fate. The tiger's frame rigidifies. Sinews bunch up beneath that orange and black coat. This is the window it waited for, the fracture in their awareness, the hairline crack in the group's armor. Suddenly, the vegetation erupts. The tiger accelerates with devastating torque, erasing the gap in a blink. The prey reacts, but the math is against it. Even with a desperate scramble, the game is over. The predator's mass anchors the victim raw power, drowning out the panic. Every shift is deliberate. Every maneuver has one goal: terminate the struggle fast, clean, and permanently. Chaos ripples through the herd. Dust clouds the air. Wood snaps. Then the silence reclaims the space. The terror here isn't just the result, it's the inevitability of it all. Once the tiger commits escape is just a hypothesis, not a reality. This hunter doesn't roll the dice. It does the math. However, not every ambush goes by the book. As you are about to see, some targets are quicker, sharper, and built to vanish. And when a tiger miscalculates by a mere fraction, the predator can end up empty-handed watching its dinner sprint toward the horizon. The line between dominion and starvation is thinner than you think. Amber eyes lock onto the target pupils, narrowing to slits as the massive predator lowers its belly to the earth, becoming one with the shadows. If this chapter dragged you into the thick of the action, drop a comment below what wins in the wild, speed, or stealth, and hit subscribe, because Chapter 3 exposes the moments when the tiger fails, and the chase turns savage. Not every shadow brings a win. Every muscle is a coiled spring tension vibrating through the beast's frame as it inches forward, patience measured in heartbeats and silent breaths. Even the ultimate killing machine makes mistakes. In a sunlit glade, a skittish grazer feeds head down but ears swiveling like radar dishes. Unlike the others, this one survives on reaction time. Its physiology is engineered for one thing: evasion. Nearby, the tiger lies flat, pressed into the turf, gauging the distance with cold calculation. The stalk is textbook. The breeze aids the hunter. The topography masks every twitch. Step by silent step, the tiger closes the noose. Close enough to catch the scent of fear, close enough to drop the curtain, but the wild offers no forgiveness for glitches. A snapped, dry branch, an inhale taken a split second too late. The prey detonates into action, bolting with sudden, violent velocity. The tiger triggers instantly, claws ripping up the sod as it gives chase. For a fleeting, heart-stopping second, hunter and hunted race shoulder-to-shoulder brute force versus pure aerodynamics. The terrain blurs. The jungle roars. The tiger lunges. But the distance grows. Built for stamina and hairpin turns, the fleeing beast slices through the rough ground, wielding instinct and pace as its armor. The tiger digs deep muscles, firing lungs, burning oxygen. Yet every tick of the clock bleeds precious fuel. Every stride costs more calories than it promises to return. And then, the abort. The tiger decelerates, watching the escapee vanish into the timber. No angry roar. No tantrum. Just a stoic acceptance of the loss. In this world, pursuing a lost cause can mean death by exhaustion later. A failed hunt isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of discipline. This sequence highlights a vital truth. Survival isn't about winning every skirmish. It's about knowing which fights are worth the finish. But the bush is ruthless. Because when the target is massive, armed, and ready to brawl, hesitation is not an option, and the hunt escalates into total warfare. That is where the stakes turn lethal. Silence shatters instantly as the tiger explodes from cover, a blurring missile of raw power closing the gap with terrifying lethal speed. If this chapter caught you off guard, smash that like button and share this with anyone who thinks the predator always scores. Subscribe now. Chapter 4 plunges into the clashes, where one error results in fatal wounds for either combatant. Some targets don't flee. The impact is bone-jarring, a primal dance of claws and teeth that secures the kill, leaving the forest to settle back into its fearful quiet. They hold the line and dare the jungle to take its best shot. In a thick patch of woodland, a colossal herbivore plods along every movement, heavy with authority. Dense, muscle, thick bone, and sheer tonnage make it a mobile fortress. This is no easy meal. The tiger is aware, but hunger doesn't bargain, and survival has no room for trepidation. This round, the dynamic shifts. The tiger isn't solo. Younger apprentices lurk in the periphery, eyes wide. They move on command, freeze on correction. This is more than a kill, it's a classroom. Every screw-up could be deadly. Every win is a degree in mastery. As the gap shrinks, the air gets heavy. The prey clocks the threat and pivots, lowering its defenses, ready to rumble. Dust puffs up under stomping hooves. The atmosphere pulsates with raw, unbridled energy. The moment the assault launches, the earth itself shudders beneath the weight. Suddenly, the dominant tiger commits fully. With velocity that defies belief, he vaults onto the colossal frame, sinking talons deep to anchor himself. The collision is brutal. The quarry thrashes, contorts, and lashes out, desperate to dislodge the attacker. A single direct blow could shatter a skeleton. One solitary error could terminate the pursuit, permanently. There is nothing graceful about this brawl. Sinew battles against sinew. Stability fluctuates wildly. The big cat recalibrates, maneuvering his grip, hunting for the vital target. Moments elongate into eternity. Finally, executing a surgical motion perfected by ancestors over millennia, the predator locates the vulnerability. The combat concludes with the same abruptness as its inception. Silence descends, interrupted solely by ragged gasps. The apprentice stalkers approach, soaking in the lesson. They have witnessed the true definition of strength. It is not merely wild aggression, but disciplined command amidst chaos. However, this triumph pales in comparison to the hazardous duels awaiting a tiger. For nothing challenges supremacy quite like encountering a mirror image, or an adversary that simply will not submit. If this segment left you breathless, type the word "wild" in the comments and hit subscribe immediately. Chapter 5 delivers the ultimate showdown situations, where a solitary top-tier hunter survives. Here is where the established laws shatter. The massive striped predator glides through the tall grass like a ghost, creeping forward with lethal patience before exploding into a blur of claws and fury to take down its prey. No quarry to hunt, no path to flee, no element of surprise. Buried in disputed lands, a pair of supreme powers crash together, fighting not for a meal but for hierarchy, acreage, and existence. When a striped giant confronts a peer, indecision vanishes. Each gesture is calculated. Each inhalation bears a hazard. The suspense is absolutely suffocating. The cat prowls in an arc, hunched low, gaze fixed ahead. On the opposite side waits a challenger capable of retaliation, dense skin, bone breaking power, and the swagger of a beast that refuses to die easily. You will not see an impulsive rush here. No careless jumping, only pure perception and disciplined patience. Suddenly, violence explodes. The collision tremors the soil. Mass crashes into sinew. The tiger attacks rapidly, aiming for stability, leverage, and exposed flanks. The enemy responds with raw power, compelling the cat to back off before striking again. Every tick of the clock saps vitality.